Hey guys, welcome to day 4. I'm recording this on Monday, so for those of you that have been quarantined for about a week like I have, I am right there with you and I hope you're hanging in there. So getting back at our short minutes of movement each day, we are going to go ahead and start by lying on our backs. So here, as you come onto your back, you can go ahead and bring feet closer to the hips, knees bent, toes are touching, and then slowly let your knees fall to the side. Coming into a reclined butterfly pose and starting to stretch through the inner thighs. Here, if it's more comfortable, feet can come out a few inches wider, knees may drop a little lower towards the earth, and then hands can gently rest on the thighs, not applying pressure to the legs, but just using that weight of gravity to maybe enhance the stretch a little further. Taking a deep breath in and exhale. Taking a couple of extra breaths here at the beginning today, just to come into this space, into our bodies, letting everything else go that we did earlier today or this evening. Just really concentrating on the breath and being present to this moment. Taking a deep inhale and an open mouth exhale, letting it all go. On your next inhale, legs stretch out in front, arms reach up overhead, giving ourselves a nice full body stretch. Taking a big inhale and exhale, melting into the mat. One more time, inhale. Legs and arms stretch long in opposite directions. And exhale, letting it all go. On an inhale, bring knees into chest, giving yourself a hug. Maybe rocking back and forth if that feels good to you, or just finding stillness here. Taking one more deep breath in. And exhale. So we're going to start rocking along the length of the spine, eventually finding ourselves coming up and around into our tabletop position. Here, as usual, we're going to start off with a couple of cat-cows. So on an inhale, hips lift, belly drops, gaze comes forward, and on the exhale, hips tuck, belly lifts, gaze comes beneath the legs. Here, moving with our own breath, inhaling into cow, exhale cat, inhale cow, and exhale cat. If along the way there feels any point of tension, feel free to pause there and take whatever movement feels good to you. So maybe some side to side rocking motion, maybe a barrel roll, moving in more of a circular motion, and eventually meeting back in our neutral tabletop. Right away, coming into our downward dog, so hands step forward of the shoulders, toes tuck, knees lift, hips up and back into downward dog. Here, pedaling out the feet. Feeling the entire surface of our palms, pushing the top of the mat away from us, getting a nice stretch into the shoulders, maybe bending through the knees. Crown of head reaches towards the earth. Taking a deep breath in and exhale. Right foot steps more towards the center of the mat. On an inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee bends, bringing knee into chest, holding in our plank. Inhale, lifting back up into three-legged dog. Exhale, knee into chest, this time bringing the left knee over to the left elbow, holding in the plank. Exhale, back up to three-legged dog. Inhale, knee to chest, crossing over, left knee towards the right elbow. And exhale, bringing that back up for three-legged dog. Left leg returns to the earth. Foot comes more towards the center of the mat. On an inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale brings us forward into plank, knee to chest. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to chest. Bringing that right knee towards the right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. And exhale, last time, knee to chest, crossing over the midsection of the body, bringing that right knee towards the left elbow. And inhale, three-legged dog. Right foot can come back down to the mat. Shifting forward, knees come back to the earth. Knees are about as wide as the mat, and we're going to push back into a child's pose. Taking a couple of deep breaths here. And exhale all the way out. Hands can walk over towards the right side of the mat. Left hand may come on top of the right to feel a deep stretch all along the left side of your body. Breathing into this. Taking an inhale. And exhale. One more deep breath. And exhale, let it all go. Hands can walk back through center and over to the left. Right hand might reach on top of the left. Getting that nice stretch all along the right side of the body. Taking an inhale. And exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale, release. Coming back to center, pushing up through our tabletop and back to our downward dog. Taking a deep breath in and exhale. One more deep breath in. On the exhale, lift up on the toes, bend the knees, walk or step up to the top of the mat, meeting in forward fold. Maybe grasping opposite elbows, bending through the knees, head hangs heavy. One more deep inhale and exhale. Inhale, hands come to shins, knees stay bent, coming up into our half lift. Back is flat, gaze comes forward, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, arms sweep up overhead, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, bend at the knees, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, step back with the right foot into runner's lunge. Here, setting up for warrior two. So right foot plants on the back of the mat, roughly horizontal to the short edge of the mat. And heels line up roughly front heel to back arch alignment. Front knee is over the ankle. And then once you feel stable here, we'll go ahead and windmill up into our warrior two. Here in warrior two, spend a few minutes maybe playing with your stance. If you want to walk that left foot a few inches towards the outer edge of your mat, it might just open up a little bit more space for your hips. Hips should be facing towards the side of the room. Shoulders are back and down, away from the ears, and then arms come out long. Gaze comes forward over your left fingertips. And then here, maybe pulling a little bit forward and then reaching back just to find where the midsection of your body is. So we want to have our chest over our hips. We don't want to be leaning too far forward or too far back here in our warrior. And of course, remembering to breathe, taking a deep inhale and exhale. Here on the inhale, we're going to go ahead and straighten that left leg. Arms reach up overhead, palms together, and exhale back into our warrior two. Two more times flowing through. Inhale, left leg straightens, palms together. Exhale, warrior two. One more time, inhale, reaching up, and exhale, warrior two. Coming into triangle, left leg straightens, back foot maybe walks in a couple of inches. On an inhale, reaching forward as far as you can. When you've hit your furthest point, go ahead and tip at the hip. Left arm reaches for the earth, right arm towards the ceiling. Taking a deep breath in and exhale. Here we want to make sure our chest stays open towards the side of the room. So if you feel yourself start to cave in, maybe just come up a little bit higher onto that shin or the thigh, keeping a nice open chest in our triangle. Taking a deep breath in and exhale. From here, we're going to come into balancing half moon. So go ahead and bend through that left knee. Right hand comes to hip. Back foot scoots in a couple of inches. Keeping that back foot on the earth, go ahead and place that left hand down in front of the left toes. And then slowly, when you feel stable, right leg lifts, horizontal with the earth. Keeping that right hand to hip until you feel grounded through that left foot, and then maybe opening up right hand towards the ceiling. Gaze is the last thing that comes off the earth, if you're playing with that. Otherwise, you can keep that gaze down on the mat in front of you. Taking a deep breath in and exhale. One more deep breath in. And on the exhale, right hand comes down to the earth and right foot steps forward to meet the left. Taking a breath in, forward fold. And exhale, release. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, arms reach up overhead, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center. Moving to the other side. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step back with the left foot, coming into runner's lunge. Here, once again, setting up for warrior two. Back foot plants on the earth, roughly horizontal to the short edge of the mat. And then windmilling up into our warrior two. That back foot might be parallel, or like my left foot turns in a little bit, so it's almost like a 45-degree angle. Maintaining that bend in our front foot. And then here, feeling strength through the core. Again, making sure chest stays over hips. And reaching out in opposite directions. Check in with your shoulders, make sure they're not shrugged up to the ears. We want our shoulders to be as relaxed as possible. Taking a deep breath in and exhale. This time on the inhale, palms flip, right leg straightens, palms together overhead. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, lift. Exhale, warrior. One more time, flowing through. Inhale, lift, reaching up overhead. And exhale, warrior two. From here, coming into our triangle. So on an inhale, front leg straightens. Back foot might walk in a couple of inches. And then on the inhale, reaching forward as far as you can before tipping at the hip. Right arm reaches down for the earth, left hand to ceiling. And I think that's going to be my new phrase, tip at the hip. Again, make sure chest is staying open. And if at any point this puts strain on your neck, go ahead and gaze down at the mat. Remembering to breathe. And exhale. From here, once again, coming into balancing half moon. So left hand can come to hip, right knee bends. Before that back foot comes off the earth, it's going to come in a couple of inches, reaching down for the mat. And then on the inhale, we start to lift. Once back foot is parallel to the earth, opening through that left shoulder towards the side of the room, and then maybe that left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Remember, back foot is parallel. We're not trying to lift it up super high. And then gaze can stay down at the mat to help with stability. If you're feeling comfortable here, added challenge would be to start to lighten on those fingertips of the right hand to get a little bit more of a balancing position, or you can play with the gaze. Remembering to breathe and exhale. When you've had enough, go ahead and reach that left hand down towards the earth and step the left foot up to meet the right at the top of the mat. Taking an inhale in our forward fold, and exhale, let it all go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, arms sweep up overhead, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center. Stepping to the top of the mat, we're going to come into our final closing breath. So knees are soft, feet about hip width distance apart, weight evenly distributed over the feet. And then right hand comes to heart, left hand to belly, and taking a couple of breaths here together. Congratulations on making it through our first week of social distancing, or longer if you've been doing it longer. We are going to get through this. Keep moving. Keep using these videos because it helps me move. And here, closing with a couple of breaths together. So inhale to the count of 4. Pausing at the top. And exhale to the count of 8. Inhale for 4. Pausing at the top. And exhale for 8. Thank you guys so much. See you tomorrow.